As I'm sure you know, it's that time of the year where the bright colors are out and the dark colors are making a comeback. So of course you're gonna see like 3, 4, 5 of these all black everything events. They're perfect for upscale formal parties, for more masculine birthdays and celebrations, and things like that I think you're gonna see well into like March of next year. So anyways, I'm gonna show you how I did this all black double garland setup using variation in sizes to create more texture and contrast against this monochromatic black design. I decided to use 3 specific cluster types. Okay, so I have 4 11-inch size to 9 inches paired with 2 18 inches. Then I have 6 11 inches size to 9 inches in a cluster of 6. And then I have a quad of 11 inches size to 7 inches. I know that's a lot, so I'm just gonna pause it right here so you can read it on the screen. So I'm gonna build my garland using this method that I prefer. It's similar to the method I used in my last video. I'm taking my garland with the 2 18-inch balloons and using this as my base. And I just move the balloons around a little bit, adjusting them so that it lays flat on the ground. Then I'm taking my slightly smaller cluster, which is 6 9-inch balloons, and tying that to the base, leaning either to the right or to the left, followed by the next cluster of 2 18s and 4 11s sized down to 9, and then just building it up from there. I'm continuing this pattern of every other, essentially big, medium, until I get to the top. You can follow the numbers to see exactly how many clusters I used in total. Now remember those 7-inch quads I showed you? Okay, so I'm gonna use these to basically thicken out the sides of the garland. And I'm taking these 7-inch quads and tying them together to form this mini garland chain. I ended up tying 4 quads together total to make the mini chain. And so here I'm doing a method that I did in my last video where I add a cluster of 6 right around the base where it kind of bends right here, you know? That way it kind of creates a nice solid base and begins the process of widening the garland. And from here I'm just shaping the garland, moving it back and forth until I get a look that I like. And this is pretty much our base shape. It's giving me the foundation that I'm going to be building on once I get on site. And with the 5-inch fillers, I didn't do long chains. I did short chains of 12 dupes or 6 quads. I transported the main garland in one piece, and I took those 7-inch chains in another bag and then my 5-inch fillers in another bag to put them all together on site. The backdrop consisted of this beautiful 3D wall and a pipe and drape, but it wasn't my wall, so I couldn't use any connection points. Instead, I just used a weight at the bottom, and then I connected the top with the 360 to the top of the pipe. Here's where I took my 7-inch chains, which consisted of 4 quads of 7-inch, and just kind of wrapped them into the curves of the garland to fill in that space right there. And I just did that using 260s because I found it gave me a lot more control over the placement. And guys, why didn't nobody tell me I still had my head wrap on? I was supposed to take it off in the car, but I completely forgot and no one even said anything. But anyways, after that I added some 24-inch balloons, which I forgot to mention, but I didn't inflate them all the way to 24 because I felt like it might be too big. So I would say maybe they're inflated to like 20 inches or something like that. And I tied them in with a half of a 260. And last but not least, I added in my mini 5-inch chains, which I also tied in with 260s. And I replicated the exact same design on the other side to create that mirror image, and this was the final look. I actually really like doing all black balloon events. It's a classic, it never gets old, and always ends up looking good. But if that's not your thing and you want to see something with like a little bit more color and diversity in design, then check out some of my other videos that I hope can give you some more design ideas. As always, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And feel free to subscribe if you want to see what's coming next. In the meantime, thanks for stopping by. Peace.